Greetings adventurers, this is Lorne, your guild advisor, and we are heading into the spring 2021 anime season. There was a lot of hype going on last season, and there's still a lot to look forward to this season as well. A lot of people are excited for My Hero Academia Season 5 already airing. Fruits Basket, the final season, will be airing this season. I'm super excited about that. It's a series I did not think I would be as into as I am now, but really exciting to see the final season happening now. And then there's other anime getting its first run this season, like Nagatoro-san, 86, a very hyped anime coming out, an adaptation of a light novel, and also To Your Eternity. And similar to last season, there's a lot of stuff to watch, so some stuff may fall off people's radar, and one particular series I want to highlight is Hige wo Soru, Soshite Joshikose wo Hiro, or Higehiro. After being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway. Now, just based off that title, and then the initial PV, which you can watch on the Crunchyroll Collection YouTube channel, I really like the PV. But just going off the initial PV and the premise, some of you might be scared by what the actual content is. But to quickly sum it up, we have a 26-year-old young adult male named Yoshida who just got rejected from his 5-year-long crush, and he's a bit depressed, and then he's walking back to his house and he sees this young teenage girl just sitting on the street seeming abandoned, and she is 17 years old, and he decides to take her into his home because she is a high school runaway. Now, that might set off some alarms in your heads just seeing that premise, but I assure you, it's not going where you may think it is. Yoshida acts more as a guardian type figure to Sayu, the high school runaway, and she is going through some emotional problems as you'd expect from someone who ran away from home, and this is more about her moving on from her past, accepting it, and then growing as a person as she learns to love herself. Higehiro is an adaptation of a light novel series authored by Shimisawa Sensei and illustrated by Buta, and the animation production is being handled by Studio Project Number 9, who you may recognize handled bottom tier character Tomozaki last season, which I covered on the channel. I will admit that I was not completely satisfied on the overall production and direction of the Tomozaki anime, but I have a bit more confidence in Higehiro. That has much to do with the first PV we saw, because I really liked the direction of the visuals and also the music accompanying it. If you throw in a melancholic piano OST in anything, I'm a sucker for it. And the director of the Tomozaki anime was Shinsuke Yanagi, and he doesn't exactly have the greatest track record if you look at his previous work. Now, with the Higehiro anime, it actually is a newbie director. I haven't been able to find any of his past work. And this new director's name is Kamikita Manabu, and because this seems to be his first project, I think he really wants to do a good job on it, so I'm excited to see what a newbie director can bring to this anime, especially because Project Number 9, as far as scores go, not much of their anime are well received, and their most well received anime is Tomozaki-kun. And the person in charge of the series composition is Hitomi Mieno, and for those of you who don't know what the series composition handles in terms of an anime, normally they just take the source material and kind of decide on how to divide the content into episodes. And Mieno-san's previous works include Shirayuki Hime, which I like a lot, Flying Witch, After the Rain, which is a pretty good sign because it's sort of a similar kind of tone as Higehiro, and she's also worked on Noragami. Based on those projects, which I really like, I have some hope for Higehiro being adapted pretty well. If you want to look more into the light novel series, it's not actually officially licensed. My hope is that the anime will boost its popularity and get someone like Yen Press or Seven Seas to go ahead and license the light novels, but I've actually imported the first 4 novels myself, so I don't feel guilty when I'm looking up the fan translations. It's translated up until a point in Volume 3, and that translation's still ongoing. I will not be linking the fan translation in the description because it's kind of a legally gray area when it comes to these types of things, but I will say if you are interested in reading the fan translation, you can probably use Google, some Crimson Magic, and find a fully booked translation. And again, regarding that sensitive subject matter of a young adult male taking in a younger high school girl into their home, it doesn't go into that taboo subject that you think it will. From what I have read so far with the first two light novel translations, as well as word from people that have read ahead with the Japanese novels, it has not went into that taboo that people are uncomfortable with. These two characters are not in a romantic relationship, and Yoshida's love interests are actually all around his age. So as far as where the story is now, you don't have to worry about it going full Usagi drop, and you manga readers know what I'm talking about. Now, that isn't to say that there won't be uncomfortable scenes, because there will be, and that much has to do with the fact that on Sayu's journey to where she eventually ends up into Yoshida's household, she's had to do a lot of things that she's not proud of, and she is obviously just in an emotionally damaged state. And Yoshida is this kind soul that is trying to help her move past all of that and help her start valuing herself more. So Higehiro is kind of a unique setting compared to high school romantic comedies, because the main character is a working adult and he's surrounded by love interests that are his age. So I think if you are an older anime fan like myself, it'll be easier to relate to this character, because again, he is a young adult male, and you'll be seeing a lot of his work environment quite a lot, and I really like some of his co-workers in this series. Now, how I plan to cover the show myself, I don't believe I'll be doing weekly reviews. I think there'll be plenty of other channels that do that type of content, and I kind of want to differentiate myself from that type of content, and I think it'd be more valuable to get the opinions of people that are coming into this series without having any knowledge of the light novels and see how they take into it. What I do plan to do for Higehiro is possibly do like video essay type of content towards the middle of the series and then towards the end, and then probably do a overall review of how I think the anime adaptation was done. And definitely look forward to those videos if you're interested in this series. And again, make sure that it doesn't go under your radar. At least give the first episode a try, and then maybe if you do fall off, maybe check out my videos about the anime after the halfway point and the end point and see where your interests might be then. So that's the anime I plan to be covering this season. What anime are you guys looking forward to this season? I'd like to know. Please comment below. And if you want to see more videos like this about light novels and anime, go ahead and like this video, sub to the channel, follow me on Twitter, and join my Discord. And as always, this is Lorne, your guild advisor, signing out.
渦を巻く雨雲から差し込んだまっすぐな強い光